Good morning. Happy Thursday, everyone. How's it going? I am coming to you right now from my kitchen. All of my devices are dead. I've been away over the last 3 days or so, I forgot my charger and my cell phone's pretty much dead. So I just plugged it in and I'm standing at my kitchen counter with my laptop. And so excited to see you guys. Thank you guys for flexibility and those of you who show up today, because we usually do this on Wednesdays, and I appreciate those of you who are popping in on a different day. So let me just pull up this blog post for you guys and copy and paste it over so you guys can follow along. Let's see, make sure this is streaming in the group. Today is such a gorgeous day out. It's like 60s and it's sunny. Hi, Sue, good morning. Great to see you. For some reason, I see your comment in the group, but I don't see it on my phone. Bummer. I don't know why. Does anyone know why it does that sometimes? Maybe there's a delay or something, but if you guys know, please tell me because I'd love to figure that out. It hasn't done that in a while. So anyways, I'm just gonna wait a minute or so and let me open this up. So if you guys are commenting, I can see it. All right. Good morning. Happy Thursday again. So I'm so excited to be with you guys this morning. I have been away the last 3 days. I went to a leadership conference that my church held, and boy, was it amazing. One of the confident ladies in here, Sarah, she came, we went together, I should say. And it was just so enlightening and inspiring. And the thing that I always take away from these in-person events, like also when I ran my retreat, was just the importance of community and the importance of being around other people. Because as you guys know, I wrote a blog post on this probably a couple weeks ago about entrepreneurial loneliness and how sometimes for people it could feel lonely, right? If you tend to isolate yourself. Yes, hi Shay, good morning. I can't believe it. She just said, yeah, it's been 2 years already. It has. I cannot believe that my business has been open for 2 years. I don't know where the time goes. So again, it's so important to be with people who uplift you, who inspire you, and people that are just different than you too, right? Because sometimes we see in the online space, that there can be a lot of people that are very similar. And it's not to say that, that's wrong or it's right or whatever, but I think it's cool to have other people around you who have done different things. So this leadership conference that I went to, not everyone there owned a business. Some people were in leadership in their companies, in the corporate world. Some people were in leadership in businesses that they've owned. There were a lot of people there that had owned businesses or, been working for companies for like 20, 30, 40 years. So just imagine the knowledge and wisdom that I was able to receive, and it was incredible. And I love learning from people who've been in it for a while, because I think we tend to sometimes, again, in the online space, we see people who are who look like overnight successes and who seem to, be able to have all this success and achieve all these results in such a short period of time. We see a lot of people that are very young who've achieved it in a short period of time, and that's cool. That's amazing. But it's so fascinating to be able to speak with people who have been doing it for a long time and to hear their stories, because I think sometimes we tend to forget that, if something doesn't go our way, that, it's okay. There are people there telling their stories about how, maybe there were 10 years that they felt like they were in a desert season. They felt like things weren't working out the way that they wanted them to work out. And now they're in this place of abundance. And just imagine, I've only been in my business for 2 years, so I have no idea what that's like. So it was just so empowering to hear people speaking about this stuff. It was also just so nice to sit down and have lunch with people and just chat. And you know me, like I love to give hugs too. I know it might be weird, but like it was just fun to just like get to see someone in like person and like actually give someone a hug. So I know I say this all the time, like I just want to do more in-person events. I also, other than that, I also had the opportunity to go and speak at a university on Tuesday night. It's funny because it was way past my bedtime. They asked me to do this a while back. What's that, Turbo? Turbo wants to go outside. I'm going to just open the door and let him out. You want to play? You've got your yellow ball. Go ahead, Bubs. Oh my God, the poor thing. He's got his yellow ball in his mouth. He wants me to go outside and play with him. I will play with you after I do this, okay, bud? You're being a good boy. So, I'm just checking here because I hope I'm not missing any comments because I'm not seeing anything on my phone. But if you are there, please say hello and send a heart or something or a smiley face because I'd love to see you. So they asked me to speak at my undergrad at this women's event called She Leads. And they were like, it's going to be 9:30 to 11:30 p.m. And I was like, what? That's like my bedtime. That's way past my bedtime. But when you are so on fire and excited about what you do, the time, like that stuff doesn't matter, right? I used to think like, I don't think I could ever speak to people that late at night. I'll be exhausted. And you know what? That day, on Tuesday, I was up at 5 a.m. because the baby recently has been teething again and hasn't been sleeping. She sort of regressed and stopped taking her bottle after having her on the bottle for a while. So I've been like back in the whole breastfeeding thing and feeding her all the time and not sleeping much. But when you just love what you do and there's a passion, there's this energy that just like comes out of nowhere. Like it's almost feeling like you're high on life. Like I don't know where it comes from, but I finished and like I stayed after and like talked to some people and I wasn't done until almost midnight. And you know what? I was still energized and I got up and went to the conference the next day, drove all the way back to New York. And yeah, I'm still like, maybe I'm a little tired. Like my body feels tired, but like my mind is just like so excited about all this stuff. So last night I had my inner circle group coaching call and, you know, I was a little like worried all week, not worried, but I was just like, oh, I miss like being so present online. I miss being in my group and interacting with everyone. Look, I've got this disgusting yellow ball in my hand now. Here, ball, come take your ball. And I go and I have my call with my ladies last night at 7 and every single one of them had some type of big win this week and it was so exciting and it energized me even more and reminded me, go ahead Turbo, go ahead, go get your ball. It reminded me that we don't have to be so in our businesses all the time for our businesses to run and our businesses to grow and for our clients to grow. I think, you know, when I first started, I used to think in order for my clients to do well, I have to be there all the time for them. I have to be checking in like every day. I have to be like asking them like, did you get this done? Did you get that done? And that's really not how it should be, right? Like I had this realization probably a few months in, once I started working more consistently with clients, that it's not empowering if you're going to be sort of like overseeing your clients like that. Like people need freedom. People need to be able to say like, I did this myself. You know, and you need to sort of be able to tell your clients like, you know, we meet maybe a couple hours a month and that's it. And the rest of this is out of my control and it's in your control. So you have the power to go out there and make big things happen. So just a little realization I had. Hi, Christina. Good morning. Great to see you. Awesome. Is anyone else there? If you are, please send a heart or say hello. Tell me where you guys are. These comments are coming in like super, super delayed. So anyways, this week I want to talk to you guys about my 2-year business anniversary. I don't know where the time has gone. If someone would have told me 2 years ago, I'd be where I am right now. I would be scared out of my mind, and I probably wouldn't be where I am right now because I would have been so paralyzed thinking about what I'm doing right now. And I truly believe that, like, I know so many of us are like, I just want to know, like, I want to know where I'm going to be in 2 months. I want to know where I'm going to be in 5 years. But you need to really set that aside because it's not important. And if God or whoever it is that you believe in, the universe, were to show you where you're going to be in a couple years, or maybe even in a month or a couple weeks, I truly believe it could be so overwhelming and exciting, but also paralyzing that you'd be stuck. Like you wouldn't be able to move into the next level and move into take that next step. It's so, so important that you just look at today and you just do what you got to do today. And then, you know, maybe you look at tomorrow and then you do tomorrow, but people will even ask me today, like, so what's your 5-year goal or your 5-year plan or what's your 1-year plan? And I say, I actually have no idea. Like, I'll even say to people, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I love what I'm doing right now. This is amazing, but who knows like where this is going to take me? I look at everything as just like a stepping stone and a transition to take me into that next place that I'm going to be in. And you know, some of the stuff I'm doing right now, I never would have envisioned myself doing in the past. So you've just got to be open and you've got to really try to let go of control. So in the blog post this week, again, I share my 2-year sort of like review of like how things have sort of worked out for me. And the one thing that I've really seen has been sort of a consistent pattern has been like the fall is the time where I'm like sort of reaping the harvest. You know, the winter sometimes like I have like this, maybe this goal for the year, like we all tend to, as much as we say like, oh, I'm not going to do the whole January 1st goal thing. I think we all tend to like put some type of, not pressure on ourselves, but like some type of goal or idea of like how we want the year to go. Like it's just a natural thing. And when I think back, I guess, yeah, I pretty much did accomplish part of what I wanted to do, a lot of what I wanted to do. I said, I really want to have more in-person connection. And, you know, I hosted a retreat. I've hosted some meetups. I actually started having some more one-to-one in-person clients, which is pretty cool. I've gotten a lot more local clients and a lot of them come to the house, which is really fun. And, yeah, I've definitely done a lot more in-person stuff. So I have met that goal. But I think in the winter time, you know, we set these goals and then we're working and it's like, oh, like it feels like I'm never going to reach these goals. Like it's so hard. It's so overwhelming. Like all these things aren't going my way. And then before we know it, it's like, oh my gosh, I did just achieve all these things. Like, how did that happen so fast? Does anyone else experience that, or is that just me? Like, it feels so hard when you're in it, and then you get to that place where, like, you just, like, pause for a moment, and you're like, I did it. I can't believe I actually did it. Like, how did this happen so quickly? And that's how I feel looking back. Like, some people who are, like, maybe new into business, you'll say, yeah, like, your business could be in this place in 2 years, and maybe they say, oh my God, 2 years? Like, that's so long. I don't think I can wait 2 years to get to that place. But let me tell you, it goes by so fast. Like, when I was in it, it felt hard. It felt really long. And you know what? Let me just let Turbo in again. There's going to be other seasons that are going to feel really long and really hard. And that's just life, right? Like, this summer felt really long and hard, and I shared with you guys, like, I actually thought about quitting my business because I really felt like there was no light at the end of the tunnel. I couldn't imagine, like, how baby was going to get on a bottle, like, if we were going to send her to daycare, like, how I was going to be able to get myself in a place where I felt like I had a little bit of space to do the things I want to do in my business. And things are so different than they were back in July. And now I have more space. Like, today is going to be a day where I'm just writing. And you have to really set boundaries. That's the one thing that has been an overarching theme in my business, is that if I don't set boundaries, I'm not going to find success. I'm not going to make my goals happen. There's like so many things that you may be approached with. And that's happened to me recently. Like, I've had a bunch of people who've wanted to collaborate and do things together. And they're like amazing opportunities. Like, I so badly want to jump on all of them. Personally, I know I can't do that, right? I don't have enough time, and it's not, I guess it's not that like I don't have enough time, but I know it's not a priority right now. My priority is to maintain my business, to give 100% customer service to the one-to-one clients I have, 100% customer service to the inner circle coaching clients I have. And then if there's a little bit left over, then I can do collaborations and other things with people. And then I also have some time now that I've been setting aside to write, because that's really important to me. I have been working on a book, and there's a lot of things that I really want to say and I really want to talk about. And there's sort of like not things that I just want to share in a blog post, because I feel like anyone can share anything in a blog post, but they're sort of, I feel like they're more sacred. They're things that are very personal to me, and they're not like deep dark secrets or anything. Like a lot of it is stuff you guys already know, but it's more like in depth of the stuff that I've already shared with you guys. So that's what I'm working on today. And I actually posted in the group that I put up a wait list on my website. I continue to have, people reaching out and wanting to work one-to-one, which is amazing. And again, I had to set that boundary with myself. It was hard. I had to say no to a couple people recently, and it's not easy. And could I possibly squeeze them in? I probably could, but would that be aligned with me? Not at all, because what I know is if I were to squeeze them in, then it would pull energy and it would pull focus away from the clients I already have. And maybe I would show up 99% for them instead of 110%. And that doesn't feel good. So I would rather say no. I'd rather lose the money, lose the opportunity right now, because I know that the people that I have right now are going to be better served that way, which then in turn leaves you better reviews, better relationships with your clients. And that's what you guys want. Like, I think we tend to see in the online space, like, book more people, get more people, have as many clients as possible, sell as many things as possible. But when you do that, you really stretch yourself out. And yeah, like maybe you'll make a whole bunch of money at once, but for me, like that doesn't matter. What matters is sustainability, and making a whole bunch of money at once and then possibly having like terrible reviews, unhappy customers. Like, that's just not my thing. It's not worth it, guys. So I want you guys to keep that in mind today, because it's not worth you possibly getting yourself and getting your business in that place. The most important thing is really good customer service. And if you're not making as much money, who cares, right? Because your business is going to be there in the long run. And when you give good customer service, you're going to spend less on marketing. You're going to spend less on advertising, because the clients you have are going to be walking billboards for you. So that should be your priority. So I think, I share with you guys that I'm having a wait list put up. Actually, we did put it up already. And I'm not going to be taking one-to-one clients on until January 2018. That feels like so long away, like so far away, but it really isn't. It's really just around the corner. But I've told myself I need all of the rest of October, November, and December before I start to take new people on. So if any of you guys are interested and know you want to work one-to-one together, make sure that you go to my website and you sign up for the wait list. And if you want some support right now, I always have my inner circle open. It's a fabulous community, and that's one thing that I've learned has been so good for my business and so exciting for me, that I can serve people at a different type of level, where I can serve a whole bunch of people at once. So I have 4 group coaching calls a month, which is a lot, right? You show up to every call, you get coaching with me at every call. And the one thing is, if for some reason, like, we do hour-long calls, but if, we spend a lot of time on one person and we don't get to your question, I always will give you a personal response. So I'll send you a voice message answering your question and coaching you through whatever that is, and we'll go back and forth. So that's the cool thing, is you will always get coaching from me. So while I'm jam-packed with one-to-one clients and not taking anyone else on, I still have my inner circle, so I'm still able to serve people, and it's a really low cost too, which is cool. So I can serve more people through that. So think about your business, think about like what feels good for you. Know if you want to find success, you want to continue to build your business and get to a higher level of like where you want to be, you've got to set boundaries, you've got to set limits with yourself and with other people. And that's been such a huge theme. So yeah, I'm trying to think, what else do I have to share? I just gave you guys a little on this blog post here. Let me post it again. I gave you a little like timeline to sort of share with you guys how quickly, like it looks like so far away. Like 2008, I said September 2008, I was just starting grad school at Columbia. And that's actually in 2008. No, not till 2009 actually is when I started to go to therapy and work on my eating disorder and start my recovery. So like looking at it all on paper now, like it really doesn't feel that far. Like it was really fast. Like it flew. The time flew. And when I went and spoke with the students on Tuesday, I said to them, like, because most of them were seniors, and I was like, 10 years ago, I was sitting right where you guys are sitting. I remember sitting in those chairs and listening to the professors and listening to speakers come in and wonder like, oh, how am I ever going to get to that place? Like I remember thinking like, how will I ever find that dream job? Like it looks so hard. It looks so far away. And I just said to them, just know it all starts little by little. Like things are going to be scary and stressful, like thinking about leaving college and like looking for a job or applying to grad school. But the only way you get to that place is just doing little bits at a time. And before you know it, you'll be there. And I would have felt so overwhelmed if, you know, someone told me that I'd be doing what I'm doing right now, and I would have not known where to start. So that's why like everything in your life is just a stepping stone to the next thing. So yeah, take a look at my blog post, read it, and let me know if you guys have questions, if you have any thoughts. I love receiving comments, and I always will reply to your comments on my blog posts. Feel free to ask me questions in this thread here. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, but I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I'm going to take Turbo for a walk soon. I'm going to do some writing today, have a meeting with my team, and I will chat with you guys soon. Love you all. Take care.